Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Glenn McKnight, the VSIG coordinator, and I have with me this morning, this afternoon, this evening is Stacey Gildenson from Australia, late in the evening, and she's our project manager for special projects. So I would like to welcome our two speakers today, Ayesha and Nila, and I'll turn it over to Stacey to go through the process.
Hi, thanks, Glenn. I'm here in Australia at midnight with two wonderful women joining us early evening. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves since we'll be splitting this into two separate parts. But we do have Ayesha Iftikhar, is that correct pronunciation, I hope?
Yes.
Beautiful. And Nila, can you pronounce your last name for me?
Nila.
Ayesha Nila, thank you. Beautiful. I really appreciate both of you joining us. We've had a bit of effort trying to schedule a time where we could all join because of the time differences. So we'll start first with Ayesha's presentation from Pakistan, and she'll introduce herself. And this is for the social and cultural module for Group H for VSIG. So Ayesha, if you'd like to start, and then we'll join Ayesha after. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Stacey. And so my name is Ayesha Iftikhar. I am based out of Pakistan, as you can see my introduction. I'm basically a researcher, academic, and activist in cybersecurity. And I'm very excited to that and thankful to Glenn that he has given me a chance to become part of VSIG this year in 2023 and address a whole lot of audience who I expect are making a lot of cool contributions in internet and in different aspects of the internet, being policy or in technical aspects or whatever. So my name is since after my name, I would like to know how I actually moved into the activism. I'm actually purely from academia, and my background is purely technical. So I was just interested in security when I was an undergrad student, and ended up doing my final year project in this. But later, after I came to academia, after I finished my master's research, I thought the idea of being a passive researcher was not very much attracted to me. I wasn't attracted to this idea a lot. And I thought it to contribute in a very active role, being an academic, being a researcher and academic. So for that reason, and also I wanted that somebody would actually help me to define my career goals and help me to obviously move ahead beyond my current academic position at that time. So for that, when I looked for opportunities around me, right? So I didn't see a lot of opportunities where there could be somebody who will mentor me, who will guide me. What should I do? How should I mean, go beyond in my field, and how should I? Because you cannot just dive deep into a field and start building upon it. You actually need some sort of mentoring, some sort of professional development, so become able to actually talk to a wider, sort of audience or network with a lot of people, and build a network that actually help you to go to move forward, or just define a way out of your define a direction in your career. So for that, actually, I kept on looking, and then I became interested into I came to know about a very good opportunity. Its name is Tech Women. It's actually a professional development program by US, and though it was highly competitive, it is still highly competitive. But luckily, I got selected into that program. But since COVID-19 was in place, so I wasn't able to travel to that program. But it offered us 1 year of detailed mentorship virtually. There were 4 to 5 modules of the program. I joined it. At the same time, I, just when in 2019, I came to know about, internet governance and all the work they were doing. I just have one simple basic fellowship. So after I became involved in the Tech Women program, I came to know about a lot of wonderful opportunities. And then I came to know that, of course, I belong to a part of the world where we don't, as women, we don't have a lot of opportunities to move forward in our, in our fields or in our professions. So that was one of the opportunity that how can I use my international network and leverage a lot of other opportunities and make myself or come forward as a next leader in my field. So that fellowship actually helped me a lot, and then I was interested in in my work as an activist in cybersecurity. So I became involved and I kept on winning many other very competitive fellowships in the internet governance community. And as a researcher, I believe that there are a lot of gray areas in internet technical areas that we need to fix, but there are other issues that I think we need to focus on that because there are many implications of technology in our society. Some of them are technical and some of them are non-technical. So technology is affecting every single domain of our lives. So and of course we do not live in a perfect world. So there are some positive implications of the technology and some of them are totally negative implications of the technology. So I'm mostly today after since I've given a brief bio about myself, I would like to talk about how there are very complex issues and challenges that are actually imposed by the technology. So of course there are many challenges, we cannot tackle all of them. So I would like to talk to the audience of this program about one very critical issue. So before I go in depth of that issue and how it is actually affecting people and different genders, I would like to start where women actually stand in Pakistan in this digital age. So next slide, please. So Glenn, Stacy, can you please come up with the next slide? Yes, Glenn, the next slide, please.
Just 1 second, it's frozen up. Just give me a second. I will share again. There we go.
I think this happens every time we do a session.
It's just loading again.
It's always the same problem.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so as I was talking about that, I will just wanted to highlight where where the women from Pakistan are currently standing in this digital age. So unfortunately, there are hardly any women that I can quote from Pakistan. Actually, they're not. To be very honest, there are not many women globally recognized from Pakistan in their contributions. There are few of them. They are doing a lot of amazing work and have global recognitions. And we do have other women who are working in Pakistan and doing amazing work in tech. But unfortunately, there are some of the very serious challenges are there in Pakistan that are actually hindering the women's inclusion in the digital age or into the in this industrial revolution 4.0. So there is a picture. These are some of the very famous Pakistani women. Of course, we have a lot others. We have a lot other women too, but unfortunately, I mean, mostly they are recognized only in country. So the problem why women in Pakistan are not involved in this, economic growth, and they can't become part of this digital age is not because we don't have a lot of women who are taking STEM or taking STEM careers. There is a substantial, percentage of women. Women make the 48% of the, overall Pakistan's population. But unfortunately, and a lot of them actually pursue careers in STEM. But the worst thing is, many of them quit their careers. They do not, participate in the economic activities of the country. And of course, there are many reasons. One of the reasons is the lack of internet infrastructure and availability. So in the rural areas of Pakistan, and in the far-flung areas of Pakistan, unfortunately, there are no decent internet connections available, and there is no mobile or internet infrastructure at all. So this has actually created a very huge digital divide, right? So the areas the areas that are actually participating in economic well-being of Pakistan are although digitally connected, but a large proportion of the country is not digitally connected. They are deprived of internet. They are deprived of communication infrastructure. So that's why, of course, women cannot participate in the digital revolution of this era. So another reason is the low literacy rate. Unfortunately we do have very low literacy rate among women in Pakistan. So if you want to empower them digitally, or by teaching them any tools or techniques, or even by giving access to the internet, you actually require the basic literacy for them to understand how tech actually works, and how, they can empower themselves using tech, right? And then, of course, our socioeconomic condition is worsening every single day. So this is actually one of the serious challenges, because in order to cooperate or become part of this industrial revolution, you need to have a decent internet connection and a good laptop with you, a good mobile phone with you. You need, these are the prerequisites to participate in any activity today. But unfortunately, due to the socioeconomic conditions, many of the girls and women, they cannot afford. For them, this is a luxury, right? These basic things like a good mobile phone or a decent mobile phone, a laptop or internet connection is actually sort of luxury for them. And of course, we are lacking specialized training and mentorship programs that can help develop awareness, and that can help empower women. And of course, when you are giving a digital tool to somebody's hand, you actually tell them this is how you can use in the positive way. This is how it can bring catastrophic impact to your life. You have to tell them, and that needs actually awareness, right? So we do not have in Pakistan, we do not have a lot of specialized or customized training programs for different calibers of women. And then, of course, there is a lack of opportunities. And as when I was discussing about my personal story, I told you that the area I belong to, it doesn't offer a lot of opportunities for women, to women for professional development, and for growth, and for for their growth, and of course too, so that they can somehow move forward in their careers and their lives. So obviously, in most of the cases, women and girls from Pakistan, we look forward to the international programs. We are mostly dependent on the international programs, unfortunately, because due to our socioeconomic conditions, there are not many programs that are actually supporting us to become involved in this digital era, and play an effective role in the economic well-being of the country. So this is how the real situation in Pakistan is for women in terms of digital inclusion. So next slide, please. So the technical topic that I would like to take in front of my audience today in this VSIG school is basically artificial intelligence, deepfakes, and how it poses a serious, how this technology actually has posed serious threat to women, against women, right? I will go with an introduction of what deepfake is, what AI or artificial intelligence is, and then we'll go in depth of some of the scenarios and how they drastically on how they affected women badly, that there were very serious consequences in most of the cases. So artificial intelligence is basically a technology that we have actually, you can think of it that we have actually given brain to technology, or to brain to computers, right? These are artificial brains. Now everything that a human mind is capable of doing, we are actually making computers and machines. We have actually empowered them enough that they can think like humans, act like humans, behave like humans, and in many scenarios, I think better than women's, right? Better than actually humans. So this is actually what artificial intelligence is. And at the back of this artificial intelligence, are hundreds of algorithms, techniques, very, very sort of complex deployments, and complex integrations that have actually comprises term artificial intelligence. So can I have the next slide, please, so I can go in depth of deep fakes. So although artificial intelligence has a lot of applications in our lives, but one of the practical implications of artificial intelligence is basically deepfake. Deepfake is actually a technology. It is a sophisticated collection of AI techniques to create multimedia, right? It comprises images, audios, and videos, and with the help of images, audios, and videos, we can create any digital situation, right? That comprise the combination of any of these, right? And we can actually create situations that never happened, that never actually happened. So in most of the cases, the situations that we create with the help of deep fakes, as I mentioned, that these are AI techniques to create any sort of multimedia, right? In short. So how deepfake works, that is very complicated. There are a lot of algorithms, and the more data you feed into these AI algorithms, the more perfect they become. The more perfect the multimedia become, whatever the situation you are actually creating with the help of that deepfake. So in most of the cases that are actually reported and that have come to the surface, in I think 99% of the cases, the situations or the events that are actually curated or crafted are actually non-consensual. I mean, the victims, the people who are actually traumatized, they don't know anything about what is actually happening, and suddenly a video came out and comes out, and an image pops up, or a audio pops up, and the victim has no idea what is actually happening with them. So there are far more convincing, and the problem with deepfakes are it's very difficult to actually find out if it is a deepfake or if it is a real video, because artificial intelligence has come to actually a stage. They are leading to more perfect results. So when any situation is crafted or created with the help of deepfakes, it's not easy and to actually detect how it is, either it is a real situation or it is just something that is actually manipulated. So according to Adam Dodge, he's I think lead of an organization that is helping people to find out what if the video is really deep fake and if it is a original video whatsoever. So according to his words, a perfect AI empowered tool for anybody seeking to exert power and control over a victim. So this is what deepfake is, right? If you want to victimize anybody, be it government, be it politics, be it economies, be it, you want to temper the results of an election or anything, right? You can use artificial intelligence, you can use the deepfakes as a tool to, manipulate any situation, manipulate anybody. So unfortunately, the problem is 80% of the people don't have any idea what deepfake is and how dangerous it is. In most of the cases, these are the results that have been revealed by the surveys that in most of the cases, people, especially some special gender groups, they don't have any idea what deepfake is, how it works, and how should they actually sanitize their social media accounts in order to, keep away all the, people who are lurking to do all these heinous, inhuman act with against certain genders. So next slide, please. So deepfakes basically I think they are a weapon against women. Now, why only against women is because from the cases that are actually reported, the videos that have actually come to surface, 90 to 95% of the content is actually built against women, and 90%, 90 to 95 content is actually produced of the deepfake is against women, 90 to 95. So then this is really alarming. And unfortunately, 90% of the overall content is actually pornographic. So the image based, it is basically, so why I term it as a weapon is because it is an image based tech enabled sexual violence. It is not something like your account is hacked or something that your picture is shared something. It is far more serious than those basic, threats or attacks that are, normally launched against women normally. It is basically attack enabled serious sexual violence. So the deepfake technology has, as I've given you the statistics, that it has widely impacted women, and there are examples, very serious examples from many of the parts of the countries, from very developed nations. So a tool when given to such developed nations, if it is bringing such catastrophic effects now. You can't imagine how what destructive effects could be brought to if the same power, the same tools are given to the underdeveloped economies, to the nations that are not developed enough, and where there is not much literacy and awareness about all these tools. So a survey that was done in 2019 actually has revealed that 15,000 of the deepfake videos are online, and 96% of them are pornographic. Within 95.9% of them are portraying women as their victims. So this is actually the stats is actually given by the Canadian Global Affairs Institute. So it is, of course, it is a technique to shame, humiliate, and discredit women. So in 2020, I will, of course, it started in 2017 when a few of the videos were actually viral in that porn community by using the faces of famous celebrities and female actors. But it got into momentum in 2020 with this with a nudifying filter that is known as deep nude, and it allowed users, it was a website actually that allowed users to undress women, and there were different photos, and the algorithm helped through that algorithm the users of that website can actually undress women. And unfortunately, the owners of that website remain unknown. And although BBC wanted to talk to them, but still they didn't give them any response. But after the filter actually received a very backlash, and there was it brought us a wave of discomfort among women. So they actually shut down their service shortly, but unfortunately during a single month they had 5 million visitors, that website. But shortly after, unfortunately they shut down their services quite early. But the unfortunate thing about that is they made the algorithm, they made the code of that filter publicly available. And after they shut down their services, they claimed that they were actually working on more powerful tool. Next slide, please. So that is one of the examples that, and after using using the code of deep porn, and actually another tool was developed, and it was also propagating over the social media, and that was much more powerful and destructive. And another thing that came to the surface during all those times was revenge porn, and this is how you actually take revenge from women by distributing explicit copies of their images without their consent. So I do not, you can actually think how serious crime it is, and what sort of physical and mental distress can it bring to women. And one of the trend of the the inflammatory videos, it has also led to an increase in the doxing, the act of posting private life over to the social media. And then I have another case where I think a Telegram bot, this is the Telegram bot that was actually built on the code of the deep nude, right? The publicly available code of the deep nude that actually had 100,000 victims, including underage girls. So next slide, please. So since these are some of the guidelines that how can we actually stop this wave of tech-based violence, we need standards, guidelines, and best practices and all ways. But more seriously, we need economies to work together against such serious human crimes and to fight against abusers. And laws and policies should be there, but but they should be more in practice, right? Sometimes things are there, policies are there, but somehow they're not practiced. And then it is a need of the art to develop a sense of responsibility among the developers, that they should develop something that should do something good to the humanity. They should not be developing something that actually lead to deaths and suicides. So it is actually a need of the art to make them think responsibly and act responsibly with the skill that they have actually acquired in terms of being a developer or being a tech enthusiast or so. So that's where my talk is completed, and it has ended. And if there are any questions, I'm open to that.
I have a quick question for you. Thank you so much. First
Yes,
of all, I
Stacey.
didn't know those statistics, didn't really get my brain around it. I'm familiar with deepfakes, but didn't really have any statistical background with that. So thanks for that content. Just curious, are there any best practices legally that are happening anywhere? Is anybody actually implementing laws around this that you're aware of?
Yes. UK has, I don't remember the name of the parliamentarian who actually talked about all these problems, but UK has successfully implemented laws. Canada has successfully implemented laws. I think in US, many of the states have successfully implemented the laws. But the problem is the wave is not stopping. So it means there is something wrong with, I don't know, maybe the laws. One thing that is wrong is actually we are one step behind the threat actors. We need to be one step uh, in advance of them in order to stop them. This is the very serious problem, because the policymakers they are mostly not, they don't have the technical capabilities to think that okay, this algorithm is working like that, and if something goes on, it will be used to manipulate something like that. they are not technical experts, right? They are just policymakers. So they cannot predict the future implications of some technology or something like that. So, but this is one of the problems too.
That's incredibly helpful. And actually, I'll need to look into this more. I really appreciate your insights with that. And I wish we had some more time, but maybe we
Yes.
can schedule something again in the future where we can dive a bit deeper into how it's going currently with you. Thank you so much, Ayesha. I really appreciate that. And
Thank you so much.
unfortunately, we're going to have to move on a little bit quicker than I'd like to Ayesha Nila, who has also joined us to talk a bit about her own life and her career, and has a series of slides for us as well. So I'll just leave that directly to her. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Okay, I am sharing my own screen, right? Okay, it's fine. Is that okay? Are you guys able to see the screen?
Yes.
Looks good.
Okay. So hello everyone, this is Ayesha Nila and I am from Bangladesh. I'm running a company named Women in Digital. Why Women in Digital? So the thing is, like, when I started my journey and when I was a student, like I came in the engineering university. So I have seen I am the only girl who is came in the engineering university to learn the computer engineering. So that's the day I just get to know actually there are very few number of women come in the engineering institute or tech industry. So this is my start, and the second time I got confused again when I am going for a job interview in a multinational company. In that time I was second year student. So those who are giving the job, actually job provider, they are asking me why you are here, because it's a programmer job circular, so you are not able to do the programming things. So that is the thing I heard in my life first time, when I'm not able to do the programming thing. So this is the thing actually always strike me. And I was working in 9 years in the IT industry as a job holder. So in that time, what I have seen, very few women come in the programming line or the technical line. So those who are coming, they are not sustained in this industry. So I have taken it very personally because my background is engineering. So I want to stay in this industry, and I want to bring more women in the tech industry. But when I see people are not coming, so and when I am working, I need to prove myself each and every time. So I think, okay, let's try different things. So in 2013 I launched my own company named Women in Digital. So in my company, what is the specialty of Women in Digital? We are 25 women engineers run the companies, and we are doing like software, mobile application, games, cybersecurity, blockchain, AI, and we are working for the international client. We are not much focused on the local client. And our main motto is empowerment through technology. So, and personally, I believe technology does not have any gender. So why division happening in this world? And I already informed. So like I have started Women in Digital in 2013, till 2013 to 2023. I have trained almost 19,000, more than 19,000 women, and more than 15,000 women. They are working in the digital industry. And mostly they are working in the corporate, and also they have their own startup. And about me, I already informed, I'm engineer. I am running my own company, and at the same time I am work as a consultant in the International Telecommunication Union as a ITSEC expert, and also work at Meta as a coach for the Meta accelerator program. So I have done a lot of research work with the WE foundations and other organizations. I love to do the research. The thing is, like, I am doing something for the women, that's true, but at the same time I always try to improve my skill, because technology change every day. So if I am not improving myself, so I can't lead the community. And our mission is bringing more women into tech and keep them in the tech industry. So for this reason, we do only one thing. We are providing technical trainings, and they are working in our software company and different software companies, and they are earning money through us and different companies also. So because we believe without financial empowerment, women empowerment will not be possible. And if we want to keep these women in this industry, so we need to ensure their financial empowerment. So when they will see their financial empowerment happening through the technology, then they will stay in this tech industry. So we have our own tech schools. We have the online schools, we have the offline school, we have the software wings, and we have the e-commerce, cybersecurity, and agrotech things. Why there? You have seen there are so many things, and people are asking how you manage all these things. Actually, the thing is, we are developing a ecosystem for the women, where every women are able to contribute something, because technology is huge. You don't need to be a computer engineer, or don't need to be a good programmer for run the technical study or survive the technical industry, but there's huge work, so you can learn anything and you can do anything in the tech industry. So people ask me, lots of company, they are doing the training. University, they are also providing the technical education. So what is new in your curriculum? So we are developing curriculums based on our geographical structure. Like in Bangladesh, we have the rural area, we have the peri-urban area, we have the urban area. So there are three types of geographical structure here. So every people, like each area belong different cultures. Like those who are living in the cities or urban area, they are getting a lots of opportunity, like access to device, access to finance, access to technology, access to connectivity. Everything is possible for them. But those who are living in the rural area, so access to device, access to finance, access to education, everything is very much problem for them. So for this reason, we are going every area and we do research on the area, and then we provide the curriculum over there. Because if I provide any curriculum or programming language or networking curriculum in the rural Bangladesh, so they will not able to adopt that things very easily, because it will be harder from them. So that is the way actually we are improving their life and culture also. So what we are trying to do, we want to develop one group as a technologist and another group as a tech enabler. And why cybersecurity come here? Because we are working with the women, so we need to keep them safe in this world, in this cyberspace. And I already mentioned the number, so I can skip this slide. This is the courses we are offer. If you want to look into more courses, you can go our website. You will get lots of course over there. And just remember one thing: we are providing the curriculum based on the geographic structure and work oriented, like professional curriculum. Like if you want to be a graphics designer, so we are trying to identify in graphics there are so many things, like which one you want to really learn. Like you will be a logo designer, you will be a company brand designer, you will be a website designer, or you can do other UI UX designing things. So we are trying to identify that things. We are trying to identify your interest, then we are offering you the course. So if anybody come to us and told me I want to be a graphics designer, so we will not encourage you can do these things. We will encourage you be specific and take your own, to choose your own courses. So this is the way we are working, and this is the same thing happening in the programming courses and business courses. So all are the same. And the training actually already mentioned, we are providing also industrial training, because in Bangladesh and other countries, what I have seen in my career, like there is a gap between industry and academy. Like academy, they teach us a lots of things. When we come in the industry, then we have seen actually we don't need to everything to for our work. So we need very specific things, and we need to learn new things. So for that we launch a course with the industry academy, like different universities and colleges. So they are doing 3 credit course through our company, and then they pass these 3 course, they are able to complete their degrees. So this is what we are offering based on the industry need. We are the organization. We have organized the National Hackathon for Women, first time in Bangladesh, even in the South Asia. So before that, nobody is done hackathon, and we bring more than 523 girls in all over the Bangladesh, and they are solving their like problem with 36 hours. So they stay in the venue, they solve the program, and they just they develop their own prototype, they launch their startup within this hour. So, and we also doing digital innovation challenge and the girls service accelerator program. These are the program we are actually trying to encourage our women so that they can join in the tech industry, because there are lots of options. So we are giving some motivation through this type of program. So, and we have done a hackathon, online hackathon with UNDP, and also he is our father of the nation. So we organize a hackathon based on his name. And this is another accelerator program launched with the US Embassy and Young Center. And this is Women Entrepreneur Boot Camp. So we do lots of Women Entrepreneur Boot Camp, because what we have seen in Bangladesh and other developing countries, women are not very good in the documentations and tracking their finance. So we teach them how to actually launch their startup, or how to keep keep their financial things, and also the documentation, how to manage their documentation, because lack of managing these things, they are not able to find the finance, and it's tough to access the finance for them, because they don't have proper documentation, and without document, bank will not give them the loan, and anybody actually count them as a business owner. So that is why we are doing so many boot camp for them. When we design the women in digital model, we are developing a model, like we are developing a model which was mostly driven a community. So we want to try to develop a community, so that actually one woman can help another woman. So and we do community meetup like every 3 months. So like it can be programmer meetup, it can be a tech professional meetup, it can be e-commerce entrepreneur meetup, it can be a tech entrepreneur meetup. So this is the way we are arranging this community. And what we are trying to do here, like we sometimes, especially for the tech entrepreneur and e-commerce, we are bringing some international people for them, because there is export issue over there. So we want to we are trying to make some matchmaking with local and international people. This is the blockchain hackathon. We was done with partnership with the Babylon project. So we initiated from Bangladesh, and there are lots of partner from different countries. We organize this hackathon globally, and this is the most important thing about the women's safety, the women in cybersecurity. So we declare 1 month for the cybersecurity campaign, like full September it will be a cybersecurity campaign from our side. So we are going different new school, college, universities, and women hostels, working women hostel. So, and we do the workshops, how they can keep safe them in the cyber world. So in like last year in 2020, we filed 147 cases in the cases, and Bangladesh police help us a lot to solve the issues. And we make a partnership with the Bangladesh police, because actually there are lots of victim knock us, they are asking for the help. So we are trying to help them in the cyber world like this. And then as we are mentioning, I am mentioning, we developed a community. And the thing is, like in the community, we need to always keep like with healthy in our community also, like we have the cybersecurity issues, we have the digital health campaign, like we don't have the health center, but we have some expert, those who are taking care of the mental health, especially entrepreneurs and professionals. They are not going to like discuss their mental health issues with anybody. So we are doing some door counseling, so they can ask anything, anything to their anything like with the expert. They ask, they if they want to ask anything, they can ask with the expert. And we are keeping all the information like secret, so that nobody don't know actually who asking whatever. So this is the way we are trying to help the community. And another thing is, like as we are working in the rural Bangladesh, so they are super poor. So all the students have not actually able to access the money. So when COVID starts, so in that time, everybody lose their work in the rural Bangladesh, because they are rickshaw puller, they are like home, like a house, a helping hand for any house. So they lose their jobs, and our student inform us. So we provide their 1 month, 2 month food in that time. Like we provide 3,359 families in that time. So we sometimes we do this type of charity because of we are running a poor community. And we're also working on for the child marriage victims. So we done a project with the Guest Foundation. So through the project, we teach almost 200, more than 200 students, and we provide them the laptop. So they, after the training, they are doing freelancer and they are working with us. So this is the way we are working. So she is another girl. She is actually acid victim, and she was 95% burned. So when we know about her, we bring her in our office, and she's working like us for the long time. She's working in other multinational companies, but the thing is, we teach her how to survive in the tech industry. Like she's a very good user UX designer now. So we teach her, and yeah, now she is running her own life. And this is our partner companies. We are working with them regular basis. And the most important thing, that this is our most expertise things, besides training. So we are working for the international client. We have a digital agency. Working as we are developing mobile application, web application, blockchain, game. We are working on graphics, software, then localization, digital marketing, video editing. So like this is not like one office is doing that. In Bangladesh, we have 5 offices, and everywhere women are coming and they are doing these things. And we have one office in Nepal, so these girls also contributing here. And yes, I already mentioned about this. This is the work, actually, some sample. So this is the application for the disabled people. So it's like video, and they are watching and they learn from this one. And interestingly, we done this project for the Austria. So yeah. This is done by us, and this is another project for the kids. So it's a kid education project. So it's like they can learn the alphabet and they can draw. So this is learning with the drawing. This is another project. It's like social media application for the recipes. And this is another project for kid education. And this is Father of the Nation biography application. We have developed a lots of games. This is some example of the games. This is our e-learning platform. So anybody can want to enroll in a course from all over the world. He or she can enroll from here. So, but yes, we always prioritize the women for the taking any courses. But if anybody, if any male person want to join in our course, so no worries, we will support you also. And this is the project we launched very recently for the entrepreneurs. So it's a like billing system. It's a SaaS model project. It's like they can generate the bill and send it to client, and also they can maintain the stock and account through these applications. And this is a government project for the local post shoppers. This is some graphics work, and this is the things actually we are doing. So the things why I am trying to do so many things, because only one reason, that is we want to bring more and more women in the technology and make them financially empowered through technology and keep them safe in this industry. That is why we always focus on the cybersecurity issues. So good news is we have the partnership with the local police. So that whenever any cases come in front of us, we are taking immediate action about that cases. So this is the way we are working, and we are developing our own ecosystem in Bangladesh, and we want to actually launch this initiative in other South Asian countries and definitely in the all over the world. So we already launched in Nepal, and let's see next which country we can launch. Thank you so much. If you have any question, you can ask me.
That's absolutely incredible for only a decade's worth of work that you've managed to create all that. And I reckon there's someone else on this call in Pakistan who might be interested in some of these solutions because, as she said, finding resources in Pakistan is so difficult. So perhaps you two could speak later on off the call. Would be great if we were able to create any connections there. Are there any projects that you're currently doing that you'd like to talk about that you didn't feature? Anything that's upcoming? Any announcements you'd like to make about what's coming?
Yes, definitely. I will take the opportunity. So the thing is, like, I want to introduce the Build 2 project. It's a SaaS model project I already mentioned. So it's like two language. One is Bangla and another one is English. So anybody want to use this application, and this is very few months ago, like maybe 15 days, not month, 15 days ago we launched it. So it's a still beta version and free mode. So now if you want to just join this Will2 application, because maybe you will get 6 month free subscription fee, and after 6 months it will be like you need to pay. So enjoy the 6 month free subscription from the Will2. And yeah, for the master is a e-learning platform, so anybody can join here. But if you need any type of support, like if you want to develop your own website, if you want to develop your own software or any mobile application, or if you need any cybersecurity solution or blockchain solution, just ping us and ping this channel so that we can help you. Thank you.
That's really beautiful, and I really appreciate the sheer quantity of things that your organization has accomplished. And I actually will have to look into that a little bit more as well. I didn't realize. Are many of these courses free, or some that you obviously have to pay for? How does that function for you? Just in closing, how does it function for the women?
Okay, so when we are working in the rural area, in that time we are providing everything free. Like we design, we just make partnership with the NGOs and INGOs, and also the donor, or we are like doing the cloud source funding for that. And in the urban area, they are rich actually, so I don't need to. They are privileged. I don't need to support them. So we are taking a small amount of money from them, because we need to sustain, and we also need to support the rural community. So that is why we are taking that's part
Sure.
of the money. Yeah.
That's really clever. I like that. That's a really great way to do it. Actually, it's equitable as it can be, right? People that have it, that can supply it for others. Ayesha, is there anything that you'd like to ask while we have her on the call at the moment, or?
Yes, Nila, that's a very interesting initiative. So I'm actually co-founder of an initiative where we want to provide services to women actually, but that is just our startup is just in the very initial phase actually. So I wanted to know, how do you develop the curriculum? I mean, one of the things that we are actually facing challenges, how to develop the curriculum actually, and how to attract the right sort of people. As you mentioned that most of the things are actually offered as courses in universities. So, but still women are not benefiting from it. Can you please talk about?
Yeah, Aisha, it's like 10 years I am in this business. So now I don't need to prove anything to the people. They are coming automatically. And so I just already developed that brand already in Bangladesh. But when I started, so I already mentioned, so I was thinking I will make a lots of programmer and they will work in the software industry. But when I visit the rural Bangladesh, in that time I said, oh my God, it's not possible. So I mentioned sometimes like I design the curriculum based on the geographical structure. Like if it is very poor area, very remote area, so they are not getting access for the internet, access for the education, access for the finance device, everything. So interesting thing is I believe in Pakistan also the same situation. Like every family they belong a smartphone, but this phone carry always keep their father or brother. So like women need to take permission when they want they want to call anybody. So I think all the countries, all the developing countries, they're following the same thing. So that is the things actually I notice, and what is the problem, I just make a solution over there. So if a device access to device is a problem, so how can I teach them technical things? So I ensuring their device over there, and then I make the curriculum based on their education background. So if they are like a non-educated, then I promoted them, please go to the e-commerce things or go to for the agriculture things, because that is perfect for you. But they have, if they have little bit of education, like they can read the English, because technology depends on the English. So if they are like they are like a bit understanding about the English literacy, then I promote them. Yeah, please do these courses. So actually the thing is like we need to counseling them also, because the people when think about the technical things, people are feeling afraid about it. So they feel, me, oh my God, I am not able to do this. My daughter is not able to do this. So we need to do the counseling to their parents and them also. So this is the way we are working. But nowadays it's too easy for us because we already created that route.
Yes,
Absolutely.
because brand creation is the most difficult thing. Yes, I understand. We are going through the same phase. So that was so good to talk to you. Of course, if I needed some assistance, I will reach you out.
Yeah, definitely. If you need any support, just let me know.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nila. Thank you.
I hope we've had a little matchmaking here. I really would love to see some of the things that it's incredible. Sometimes things work out for the best. That would be great. Pakistan has certainly, like Bangladesh, had their share of challenges in the last few years. So I do hope you guys have a chance to talk again. And Glenn, is there anything else you'd like to ask or add before we wrap up?
Sure. I really enjoyed both sessions, and I wish you both the best of luck with your projects. And what strikes me is the diaspora that happened from South Africa, South Asia. Many of those people who are in England, Canada, United States, and elsewhere should be stepping up and seeing how they can support the projects you guys are doing. So I think of whatever we can do to help raise the awareness, we're happy to do that. And this is such a critical piece in the internet governance roadmap. It's oftentimes ignored, and in many places, as we see it with the IGF and others. I'm not trying to pick on IGF, but they seem to be put on agendas, and everybody should be going to these sessions, women and men, young people, older people, because this is a critical part of an inclusive society. So I was really thrilled by this session. So, and again, I want to thank Stacy as well for facilitating this session, and thank you both for the opportunity to listen with you.
Thank you both
Thank
very
you.
much. I hope to see you both again professionally in the future. Let's hope that happens. I'd love to.
Indeed.
So thank you.
Yes.
So much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
That concludes
Bye-bye.
the session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.